we head over into the Gulf of America, right? We have what's called the Central American Gyre, or affectionately known as the CAG. And Haley, the CAG could be an issue moving forward as we especially round out the month of October.
Yeah, the way you pronounce the CAG almost reminds me of like a cat hacking up a hairball. But Central American Gyre is a mouthful,
That's
so
a great
I
analogy.
understand why we have to shorten it. But for this purpose, we'll just call it the gyre.
Yes, I like that.
But here are the few things that the gyre can produce. It's this big sprawling area of low pressure that happens right over Central America, and it can produce smaller little areas of high pressure. Michael, I loved how you equated it to like a dandelion, where you can blow it and then all the little seedlings get dropped off. That's exactly what we see here, and it can definitely aid in the formation of tropical cyclones. We had it last year with Hurricane Milton, and so that's how quickly things can change if we have an area of low pressure that finds itself in any of these bodies of water. Truly, the water temperatures are just incredibly warm. Yeah,
it's not just in parts of the eastern Pacific where that dandelion, if you will, could plant a seed, but it's also in the Bay of Campeche. Right here, this is the southern end of the Gulf of Mexico. And then notably, this is the Caribbean Sea, but the western Caribbean Sea, just off the coastline of Cancun and, of course, Cozumel. You got Belize here, too. There is that development possible area, and this takes us through mid-November, or mid-October, rather.
Yeah, exactly. And if you look at our exclusive tropical threat model, this is only something you can get on Fox Weather. It takes into account the Euro, the GFS, and the AI. Notice that it does favor something popping off into the eastern Pacific, but not to be ignored, a little area here where we've got something in the Bay of Campeche. So moving forward, we do have an area to watch just off the coast of Mexico, and that will likely spin up and turn into the next named storm for the EPAC. Water temperatures are big-time fuel for this.
Yeah, I mean, they're boiling hot. Right? We have mid to upper 80s, and then you made a point of this, and it's so true. The closer you head toward the shoreline, you can actually see the deeper and darker those colorings are. I mean, that's 90-degree water temperatures. It is like a bathtub or like a jacuzzi, and tropical systems thrive in that. I mean, as we do, too, in a jacuzzi. Right? You know, we thrive in that sort of environment.
Yeah, exactly. And then we're also tracking out the MJO, which is just a big oscillation of rising air and sinking air. Sinking air would then suppress thunderstorm development. Rising air helps to enhance that. Right now, we are in more of the sinking air type of phase. But watch what happens as we get into mid-October. So in the next, let's say, week or so, we then enter into rising air. Now, this is a quicker oscillation compared to Enzo. Happens about 30, 60 days. It makes its rounds, but it could mean for about 1 to 2 weeks in mid-October, with the CAG expecting to develop here, this could be a hotbed for storms closer to home. So while right now we don't necessarily have any areas to watch, there's that red, so be sure to keep one eye open.
Yeah, that's the 15th through the 21st, and the problem is that this is so close to home, and you have all of this fuel, if you will. That's what the pink is. That's deep, rich water temperatures that are really nice and warm, if not borderline hot, that helps to fuel these storms. You only have about 24, maybe upwards of 72 hours to prepare along the Gulf Coast.